What is going on, guys? Taylor Super with SharpSportsNetwork.com, bringing you some of my favorite plays for this Monday 6-game NBA slate. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know over here at SSN we had a great couple of days in NBA, NFL. The showdown slate last night, Joe killed it yet again. But yeah, to announce the winner of last week's giveaway, it is Glide. Glide's been commenting on pretty much all the videos, liking them. He's subscribed. And if you want to enter for this upcoming giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, and comment below with your favorite play of the day. And Glide, just message me on Twitter, and I'll get you set up with your free NBA season pass. I will be streaming on Twitch like I do pretty much every day at 4 p.m. Central Time, 2 hours before lock. To answer questions more extensively, because we are still waiting on news on Jeff Teague, Napier, Derrick Rose, and that could alter the slate completely with what we're doing today. So make sure to be there if you guys are interested in hearing me talk about more extensively of what plays I think are in play today and what you guys should be doing with your rosters. So yeah, let's just start off with if you guys want to check us out, join the team, SharpSportsNetwork.com. Highly suggest it. Our members have been very, very fruitful as of late. Let's just get right into it. And the first thing that is glaring on this 6-game slate is obviously this Rockets and Pelicans game. Opened at 243.5, and despite only 41% of the votes of the bets being on the over, it still rose 1.5 points. So the sharp money's on the over in this game. Rockets currently 6-point favorites. There's going to be no Lonzo Ball on the side of the Pelicans, which is a slight boost to a guy like Drew Holiday. I think going to be handling the ball a bit more, it is a slight downgrade to Brandon Ingram in a sense. He's still amazing with him on and off the court, but I love going to Drew Holiday and Brandon Ingram and this pace-up game. It's crazy that it's a pace-up game for the Pelicans just because the Pelicans are the 4th fastest team in the league, the Rockets being the fastest team. So I'm going to want to stack this game heavily. There's a lot of games on here that I'm really just writing off, like Utah, Golden State. There's some good plays in Memphis, San Antonio, especially with LaMarcus Aldridge in his price. On Draftkings at least. But yeah, I'm going to go back to the well with James Harden, Russell Westbrook. And it's looking like right now James Harden is going to be kind of under-owned compared to how high-owned I think he should be. And he's by far the highest projected player ahead of Karl Anthony Towns, way ahead of Russell Westbrook. We saw in these last couple of games, they've been involved in all these blowouts, but he's still playing 35, 36 minutes a game. If a game is competitive, which this game should be, he's probably going to play 38, 40 minutes. He leads the team in usage and assist percentage. He has a 41.5% usage rating, an assist percentage of 42.5. I know people are just going to want to fade him because of his price and because Russell Westbrook's at 8.8K, but I think that's kind of a mistake. I think Westbrook is a great play in his own right, but I think more times than not, James Harden's going to vastly outscore him, averaging 1.69 fantasy points per minute, and that's with him starting off very, very slow. We saw the last couple of games. 3 games ago, he was without Westbrook, so obviously he was bound to have a great game. But the last 2 games, he's been playing more minutes. His usage and assist percentage have been way higher. Russell Westbrook over the last couple of games have been averaging just over a fantasy point per minute. So not the best numbers. James Harden has just been shooting lights out, or not even lights out. It's just average for James Harden. So I think this continues, and I think at 11.5K, he's priced appropriately. But in this matchup, I think that there's still some meat left on this bone in terms of the price. So I think he at 11.5K, I'm going to try to get him into my lineups. I think there's plenty of value, especially if we get news that Teague and Shabazz Napier are ruled out. That would open up a couple other things. We'll be talking about that on stream. But you can go down to guys like Chris Boucher, who I think plays about 20 minutes today at 3.4K. He's a very good fantasy producer. A solid play. We saw that he came in for OG Anunoby last game, so he's not playing just backup 5 minutes. He's playing the 4 as well. He played some 3. Like he's fine when he has multiple avenues in terms of getting on the court. So I do like Chris Boucher. He's one of the better plays. He's projected to be very, very high owned today, and for good reason. I think he's a very solid play. But to get back to this Houston and New Orleans game, Drew Holiday and Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram without, we'll look at the team without Lonzo Ball on the court. He has a usage rating of 30.6%, which is the highest on the team by far. And even with out of all the guys that are getting meaningful minutes, Brandon Ingram has the second highest assist percentage at 21.5%. Even with Lonzo Ball, I don't think Nickeil Alexander-Walker gets all that many minutes. And he's averaging 1.32 fantasy points per minute, which is amazing. They brought down his price. He was in the mid 8K range, and now he's down to 7.6K, I believe, on 7.8K on Draftkings, and on Fanduel, Brandon Ingram is 8.8K. So I think he's definitely viable on both sides. Pace up game again against Houston. Highest over-under on the slate. I want to go back to the well with Brandon Ingram. I think Drew Holiday is a great play. I think it is a bit concerning how low his usage rate has been, but with Lonzo Ball off the court, his assist percentage goes up for obvious reasons. He's going to be handling the ball a bit more. And I don't think that they run him next to Frank Jackson, potentially Josh Hart, but that wouldn't take any ball handling duties out of his hands. So I think we're going to see extended run with Kenrich Williams. I think that we take a bit less minutes. The expectations for Derek Favors, I think, should come back a little bit. We saw in the last game with Lonzo Ball out, they started Kenrich Williams over him, and then Kenrich Williams ended up playing some minutes at the 5, but he played really well. I think he's a solid play today, but if we go back and look at this previous game between the Rockets and the Pelicans that we saw earlier this year, there was no Drew Holiday, but if we just switch Drew Holiday and pretend that he's Lonzo Ball in this situation, which I think is a good comp right now, we saw that Derek Favors got the start, but only played 18 minutes. Clint Capella on the other side only played 24 minutes. So this game went really small. Both these teams want to go small for the most part. So that could lead to a bunch of minutes for Kenrich Williams. Kenrich Williams ended up playing 32 minutes off the bench in favor of Favors. So I think that Kenrich Williams has a good route to fantasy points, or to minutes, which would lead to fantasy points this game. I think I like Kenrich Williams quite a bit. I think Derek Favors is more of like a secondary play. He's all right. We saw that Jalil Okafor was a coach's decision DNP last game, so I think Favors probably plays 24 minutes, I would imagine. I think Kenrich Williams plays more of that 28 to 32 range. So if he can get up to that 32 range, which would be amazing in this matchup, he would be one of my favorite plays on the slate, especially on FanDuel, where he's only 3.9K, and he's 4.2K over here on DraftKings, or 4.3K rather. I like him a good bit. And then I just want to keep playing Drew Holiday and Brandon Ingram. So I think the goal of today's slate is try to get into 3 of these 4 players between Harden, Westbrook, Ingram, and Drew Holiday. I think that's how you start your lineups today. Fill it out with some value, and hopefully some other value opens up throughout the day. But again, I will be on Twitch later at twitch.tv/sharpsportsnetwork. Link is going to be in the description. If you want to join the team, it is sharpsportsnetwork.com. Yeah, so if you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Best of luck today, and until next time, peace.